In Court on TKO8 Television is brought to you by Campbell Bonding Company. Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
Call 2016-216, State of Arkansas versus Jackie Glover for arraignment. Mr. Bunch is the public. Okay. Court will make the appointment of the Public Defender's Office to represent Mr. Glover. On the charges of possession of a controlled substance, methamphetamine, a Class D felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, a separate Class D felony, possession of controlled substance Xanax, a Class A misdemeanor, and possession of drug paraphernalia, a separate charge of Class A misdemeanor. On those charges, how does Mr. Glover now plead?
Not guilty.
Plea of not guilty is noted on the record. The arrest date is listed as June 28th. Court will set this matter on the Division 4 docket for trial during the week of March 14th, 2017. I'm going to set it for a pretrial of February 24th and order the defendant to reappear in this court on the 27th of January. All those dates in the year 2017. Mr. Glover, it's going to be your responsibility to stay in touch with your attorney and communicate with him while you're in jail. That's where the matter stands. What's the status of bond on Mr. Glover?
Judge, I believe he has a parole hold.
No.
I'm going to give, I gave, pursuant to some requests, I gave Mr. Bunch just a moment ago a plea resolution on Mr. Glover. In addition, I'm going to give him the paper discovery that I have. We were given a disc yesterday, and we've not yet made a copy.
All right. We don't know what's going to happen with the parole at this point. Am I correct?
All right, I've already found out.
Pardon?
He's already done his violation.
Well, this has this has him down for a bond of $15,000 listed in the file. So that'll be the situation. Any release on bond will be conditioned upon his full compliance with the requirements of parole. You may be excused, sir. Court will call, next case the court's calling is 2016-68, State of Arkansas versus Aaron Atkins. This is our pretrial date prior to a case, the trial that's scheduled for September 19th. Mr. Bunch, have you had an opportunity to meet with Mr. Atkins at this point?
I've met with him once on behalf of Mr. Russo. We're going to have separate counsel appointed for Mr. Atkins. The defense is going to request a continuance of this trial.
Okay. Court will continue the case from the current setting. We'll continue it from today's date, rather, until the October 31st trial period. That period of delay will be an excluded period. At this point, you don't know who's going to be taking over the case?
Not at this time, but whenever I have an opportunity to visit with the court and chambers, I can give you an update as to the status of a replacement for Mr. Russo.
Okay. Right now we're continuing the case to the trial period of October 31st as an excluded period. I'm going to put him down for reappearance. I'm going to put him down for reappearance on September 2nd. My hope is to get... Go ahead.
Any returns for Mr. Russo's clients probably should be in the October time period. That's the time frame we're looking at.
Okay.
Just for the court's purposes, I don't see any point in bringing you back and not have anything to do.
I'll put him down for September 30th to reappear.
All right, sir.
I don't have a date earlier than right before the trial date, so okay. I'd like to try to keep that trial date, but maybe that's unrealistic. All right.
Sir?
You may, what, sir?
Yes, sir. May I be able to speak, sir?
Certainly.
Sir, this has been going on since March 10th. I'm sure if I can meet with my lawyer today, we could come up with some agreement on something on that. I would like to get past this and move on. I don't feel like it should reach jury trial in October, November, December, even January, February of next year. This is a simple Class C felony that's been max flat for 12 years and it's charged at 18 years old. I don't see if I could talk to somebody, hey, we could come up with some agreement on this.
Well, the difficulty is that because of the departure of one of the public defenders who was going to be your attorney, we don't have Mr. Bunch has a conflict because he's representing apparently a co-defendant or somebody. For that reason, he doesn't have anybody in the public defender's office who could represent you on this without a conflict. So that's the difficulty at this time. So for right now, we're setting you down to reappear on September 30th. If we can find a solution to that problem, we'll let you know. All right? You may be excused.
Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
Here you go.
Our dog is gonna love camping with us.
Come on, get in!
Eric.
Come on, let's do it again. Ready?
My turn.
During Toyota's annual clearance event, get $1,000 customer cash, or qualified buyers get 0% APR for 60 months on the adventurous 2016 RAV4. Toyota, let's go places.
Fly higher. Go further. Do more. Take it to the next level with Polaris. Whether you're chasing unforgettable memories, manhandling a mountain of work, or pushing the limits of work and play, we've got the perfect machine built just for you. Now's the time to get rebates up to $2,000 during the Polaris Spring Sales Event.
Come see us at 824 North Main in Harrison.
North Arkansas College cares. Did you know they have a food pantry for students, tutoring services, financial and career coaching, and a career clothing closet? And North Ark's tuition is one of the lowest in the state. Enroll this fall and get the support you need. Exciting faculty, small classes, and affordable tuition are all examples that show students North Ark cares.
Open enrollment now through August 12th. Classes begin August 15th. See the full class schedule at northark.edu or speak with an advisor, 870-391-3505.
2016-90, 2016-192, State of Arkansas versus Johnny Wayne Callan.
Judge, Mr. Callan is set for a bond hearing today. However, in the meantime, there's been some intervening actions that I don't think the necessity of a bond hearing, or there is a necessity anymore for a bond hearing.
Well, I don't know what that means. What are we?
Mr. Callan has been indicted by the feds and that's placed a hold on him.
I see. All right. Mr. Bunch, have you had any opportunity to meet with Mr. Callan or be in contact with Mr. Callan?
No, Your Honor.
Well, I'm going to ask you to make contact with Mr. Callan. He's in jail. I guess he understands what his situation is, but I think we need to have some kind of communication. He's entitled to an attorney, and we'll see what we can do with that. So, all right. We're not going to have the bond hearing, Mr. Callen, for the reasons stated by the state, and we're going to proceed on trying to get a replacement counsel for Mr. Russo to represent you in the state cases. In the meantime, you have to deal with what's happened in federal system. So you may be excused. 2016-33, State of Arkansas versus Sean Cook.
Judge, we've extended an offer to Mr. Cook that I think he wants to accept.
All right. Well, his attorney is not here today. Mr. Hancock?
Oh, you have a copy.
No.
Are we prepared to go forward on this potential plea?
Well, I can present the plea offer to him. I don't have a signed plea offer.
You don't have a signed plea offer?
Well, I don't get to sign it. Mr. Cook has to sign it.
I understand that. I mean, all right.
Is
I
Mr.
see.
Hand-
I didn't. I thought you meant you didn't have a formal plea offer.
We've got the plea offer. It's
All right.
not been signed. So I'm assuming the
Well,
defendant's not seen it.
Let's direct that the court will direct that Mr. Cook will be brought over so we can execute on that. That needs to go in.
I think Sean's technically the DAC.
That's what I see there. Plead to drug charges.
He's going to make the law.
From the revocation list, we have 2011-198, State of Arkansas versus Christopher Hanley. This matter was put down for on August 5th, was put down for hearing today. Are we prepared to go forward on a hearing, or again, is the problems with the Public Defender's Office going to prevent us from going forward?
Judge, we're going to need to continue, and I don't even see a copy of the petition to revoke in this file.
Okay. Yeah, we'll put it, the court is going to continue it in order for counsel to get prepared. And let's see, when was it filed?
He was arrested on July 29th. It was filed on July 27th.
Well, I'm setting it for September 16th for hearing then. Just a second. Mr. Bunch, do you think you all can accommodate that, September 16th hearing date?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. All right. What did you want to say, Mr. Hanley?
I wanted to say, my mom has these papers for this place called Birchfield that Behavioral Health presented me just recently, and they said I could go to day treatment there. And I've had a 5,000 cash or pro bond for 2 weeks, and I've not been able to make it. And I was going to see if I could get 2% posting or BOR. I mean, I'm good to show up for my court date, and I can go right straight to Behavioral Health and not be go. I want to get something going that way. I have something to present before the 60 days, I believe. You know, for the better, because it's a 2-year program, it's inpatient, and they help me get a job and stuff, get me, you know, help me from this level. And I don't know, you know, something I want to present to the court before then. My daughter's birthday is September 8th. I was really hoping to get out here before then. I'm good to show up in court if Mr. Carter and let that happen with you, you know.
All right. What says the state?
Judge, a 10% posting is the same thing, in essence, as a professional bond. Professional bond charges 10% of $500. There's plus a $20 tax that the state has. And a 10% posting would also be the $500. And knowing the state of Arkansas, you probably have to pay the tax on the 500 posting also, although I don't know that for sure.
Well,
Your Honor, it'd be 500 cash or post, so it'd be like 100 and something I have to come up with rather than 500 I'd have to come up with. If it was 500 cash or pro, I'd have to come up with maybe $135, and I could do that way before I come up with, you know, $500.
well, you know, let me look at what are the allegations. Court's just going to say, Mr. Hanley, court has a certain difficulty in trusting you to appear when the allegations contained in the report, you're on probation. Complying with the requirements of probation is a pretty easy thing to do. The allegations contained in this petition are you failed to report as ordered within 24 hours of your release from incarceration. That's tantamount to running off. You committed certain offenses. Then you were charged after your release with fleeing on, among other things, fleeing on foot. Again, taken off. Court's not inclined to reduce the bond. It's a $5,000 cash or professional bond. I applaud your interest in getting into a program, but the point of probation was you were given an opportunity to comply with certain rules and not incarcerated, and you didn't seem to be able to do that, at least as alleged in that petition. So at this point, the court's going to leave the bond where it is. You may be excused.
After talking to the defender about that program, because I
certainly.
I wrote Mr. Russo, but I don't know if that affected since it went to him. I wrote the public defender's office though, and it's a letter saying that he had permission to talk to my mother because my mother tried to talk to him, and he said he couldn't communicate with her unless I gave him permission. And I don't know if that counts as giving him permission too, because I wrote the name on it was Mr. Russo, but I would like to give him permission to talk to my mother concerning my case. It's a 2-year program. I've been going to Behavioral Health. I had an appointment that Monday, and I was going to see my PO because I found on my wall at the date And I had already missed it because I had so many misdemeanor court dates and so many other dates. I had, court 2 days later and had to go get out to Texas, kind of got some gas money. I was really stressed out.
All right. Well, let me just make the point. The bond's going to leave where it is. I'll ask the Public Defender's Office. They'll need to be in touch with you about this September 16th trial hearing setting, and I'm going to ask that you all communicate with the Public Defender's Office about the program, and so we'll take that up at a later time. You may be excused.
Judge, just to clarify on Mr. Handley, there's not an exclusion of time from speedy hearing rules. Is that correct?
I'm not. No, we're giving him a hearing within the 60 days as best is what I'm trying to do.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure there wasn't an exclusion.
No.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, as I understand, when he was served with this probation warrant was in the latter part of July, so September 16th will be within the 60 days. We're trying to comply with the law.
That's not the point I was making. We just got the discovery today, so I didn't know if you'd excluded time or not.
No, I'm not excluding time at this point.
Okay.
Let's everybody try to be ready on September 16th.
North Arkansas College Cares. Did you know they have a food pantry for students, tutoring services, financial and career coaching, and a career clothing closet? And North Ark tuition is one of the lowest in the state. Enroll this fall and get the support you need. Exciting faculty, small classes, and affordable tuition are all examples that show students North Ark cares.
Open enrollment now through August 12th. Classes begin August 15th. See the full class schedule at northark.edu or speak with an advisor, 870-391-3505.
Crystal clear mountain streams, river rapids, and rolling hills with endless valleys. The beauty of the Ozark. Generation family-owned business Magnus Toyota has been operating here in the Ozarks for over 50 years. When we make a new deal, we make a new friend. Stop in and visit us today and see why our customers say we're the best. Magnus Toyota, your hometown Toyota dealer on Highway 65 North in Harrison.
Well, howdy, folks. Brewster the Rooster here from the Chicken House. I want to tell you about some great specials we got just for you. On Saturdays, you can save 10% off any of our menu items, and on Sundays, we bump it up to 20%. And to keep it interesting, every Monday through Friday, we offer up a special deal of the day that you can only find out when you stop by the Chicken House on Highway 65 North in Harrison. Come on by and enjoy the Cajun-infused flavor in every bite of crispy, crunchy chicken at the Chicken House in Harrison.
Here you go. I think my friends and I are going to have a lot of fun in this. Oh, look at these girls. Oh, they're so fun. You never take me dancing anymore.
Well, we're married.
You go, girls.
During Toyota's annual clearance event, get $1,500 customer cash, or qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 72 months on a stylish new 2016 Corolla. Toyota. Let's go places.
2012-29, State of Arkansas versus Chelsea Hoffman.
Judge Chelsea set for a hearing today, and I have my witnesses here.
All right.
Defense has no discovery. Ask that the matter be continued to the next available date.
That'd be 9/2, Judge.
I'm going to set it for September 2nd. All right. Ms. Hoffman, your case is set for September 2nd for hearing. That's continuing the hearing that is set down for today. We'll hear it on September 2nd. You may be excused. The continuance is be reflected as it's a continuance at defense request. So,
Judge, we just got the discovery today.
I understand.
So I would argue against an exclusion since we couldn't be prepared without discovery.
Well,
This case rose out of drug court. She was assigned to John Russo, and he was fully aware of all the facts and circumstances and had actually talked to the witnesses.
I mean, this case has been in discovery for literally months, and it is appropriate for an exclusion because you just received it today, but Mr. Russo has been in consultation with Mr. Carter on an active basis in court, and both of them have talked to the court about the case. So it's not something that catches the public defender's office by surprise. Now, the unfortunate factor is that Mr. Russo has left to seek other employment. I understand your situation, and you're fully entitled to request a continuance, but Mr. Russo has been actively involved in representing this person both while she was in drug court and since then. So this if we're outside the 60 days, the court's going to consider this an excluded period for that purpose.
Just as long as the court's aware of my objection, that's all.
All right?
Thank you.
Fine. 2015-186, State of Arkansas versus Samuel McLeod. This is down for both a first appearance and a review, according to this. Let's see. McLeod was sentenced on the underlying charge on May 27th. Petition to revoke was filed August 5th. Court is making the appointment of the Public Defender's Office to represent Mr. McLeod. Mr. McLeod, you appear at this time. The petition to revoke states that you have since you were put on probation, that you had, in June 20th, 2016, committed the offense of DWI, failure to submit to a chemical test, driving on a suspended license, and failure to give proper signal. That also alleges that on June 22nd, you were arrested for trying to use fake urine during a drug test, and that on July 15th of 2016, apparently there were some additional charges in Carroll County, and that you failed to report to your probation officer after release from incarceration. That was in June. And in August, failed to report to a probation officer or contact anybody in the probation office after your release following a July 18th, or I guess that July 15th arrest in Carroll County. All of those are the allegations contained in the petition to revoke. On those charges, how does the defendant now plead?
Denies the allegations.
Plea of not true is entered on his behalf. I'll set this matter down for hearing on September 2nd. We have 2004, pardon?
Is there a way I can get a bond?
Judge, state would oppose a bond. He's only been on probation for 3 months, and the allegations are he has committed at least 2 separate offenses and tried to fake a drug test.
I think he's entitled to some kind of bond in this case. Allegations are just that, allegations at this point.
It's a revocation. He's not necessarily entitled to any bond.
Court will set bond at $10,000 and will condition that bond that if he makes that's a cash or professional bond. The condition of the bond will be if he makes that bond, he must immediately report to the probation officer. Failure to do so will result in the issuance of an arrest warrant. So that's the bond.
Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
Well, howdy, folks. Brewster the Rooster here from the Chicken House. I want to tell you about some great specials we got just for you. On Saturdays, you can save 10% off any of our menu items, and on Sundays, we bump it up to 20%. And to keep it interesting, every Monday through Friday, we offer up a special deal of the day that you can only find out when you stop by the Chicken House on Highway 65 North in Harrison. Come on by and enjoy the Cajun-infused flavor in every bite of crispy, crunchy chicken at the Chicken House in Harrison.
Criminal justice is one of the fastest growing programs at North Arkansas College. If you're considering an exciting career as a fish or game warden, police officer, or crime scene investigator, check out the criminal justice classes offered this fall at only $68 per credit hour for Boone County residents and $92 for Arkansas residents. North Ark offers high quality instruction close to home at an affordable price. Think North Ark first, we're your college.
Open enrollment now through August 12th. See the full class schedule at northark.edu or speak with an advisor, 870-391-3505.
Introducing two new families of ATVs from Yamaha. The all-new Grizzly and Kodiak 700. The new Grizzly offers increased power and performance to deliver more exploration and more adventure. The new Kodiak 700 features legendary Yamaha reliability for more productivity and more value. The all-new Grizzly and Kodiak 700 ATVs, all with more than ever before.
2014-185, 2014-188, 2015-16, 2015-151, 2015-158, 2015-242, 2015-246. State of Arkansas versus Brent Shelley. So again, this is another one. Down for attorney status, Mr. Russo was representing the defendant.
Judge, he indicated, according to my notes on August 5th, that his mom was trying to hire an attorney and had talked to Mr. Dan Hancock.
Mr. Bunch, do you know anything about the status of representation in this case?
I don't show anything in any of the first
It's
four
my
files.
recollection that Mr. Hancock indicated at that August 5th appearance that he had not been hired at that point.
That's correct.
There's nothing in any of the various files I've got that shows Mr. Hancock as his attorney, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Shelley, do you know anything about what happened with regard to Mr. Hancock representing you?
No. He was supposed to be my home defendant, not private hire.
Do you know anything about
He
that?
won't be his public defender if his case is in 4th Division.
All right. So, comes down to this. He will not be your attorney in this. Mr. Hancock serves the other judge's court session. So Mr. Hancock, as a general rule, does not appear in Division 4 court proceedings. So you need to make sure to communicate. Is there currently a appointment of the Public Defender's Office in effect?
Yes, sir.
I know Mr. Russo was representing him.
Yes, sir. We've been appointed.
All right. So your attorney, I guess, is Mr. Bunch until I'm informed otherwise, and he'll be representing you. What's the status of discovery on this issue? on this case?
I gave Mr. Bunch a inch-thick stack that basically just repeats the what he was originally convicted of, and then the probation petitions all read exactly the same.
Mr. Bunch, can you be prepared for a hearing on September 2nd?
I'll do my best.
All right. I'm setting it down for hearing on all 7 cases on September 2nd. All right, you may be excused.
North Arkansas College Cares. Did you know they have a food pantry for students, tutoring services, financial and career coaching, and a career clothing closet? And North Arc's tuition is one of the lowest in the state. Enroll this fall and get the support you need. Exciting faculty, small classes, and affordable tuition are all examples that show students North Arc cares.
Open enrollment now through August 12th. Classes begin August 15th. See the full class schedule at northarc.edu or speak with an advisor, 870-391-3505.
Crystal clear mountain streams, river rapids, and rolling hills with endless valleys. The beauty of the Ozark. Generation family-owned business Magnus Toyota has been operating here in the Ozarks for over 50 years. When we make a new deal, we make a new friend. Stop in and visit us today and see why our customers say we're the best. Magnus Toyota, your hometown Toyota dealer on Highway 65 North in Harrison.
Well, howdy, folks. Brewster the Rooster here from the Chicken House. I want to tell you about some great specials we've got just for you. On Saturdays, you can save 10% off any of our menu items, and on Sundays, we bump it up to 20%. And to keep it interesting, every Monday through Friday, we offer up a special deal of the day that you can only find out when you stop by the Chicken House on Highway 65 North in Harrison. Come on by and enjoy the Cajun-infused flavor in every bite of crispy, crunchy chicken at the Chicken House in Harrison.
Here you go. I think my friends and I are gonna have a lot of fun in this. Oh, look at these girls. Oh, they're so fun. You never take me dancing anymore.
Well, we're married.
You go, girls.
During Toyota's annual clearance event, get $1,500 customer cash, or qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 72 months on a stylish new 2016 Corolla. Toyota. Let's go places.
Calling Newton County case 2016-59, State of Arkansas versus Mark Mock. Mock's arrest date is listed as July 31st, 2016. It does not appear that he has been before a judge.
Judge, he's in jail on Boone County charges now.
I see. Are they... the Boone County felony charges?
Yep. He was arrested 2 or 3 days ago, I believe.
Okay, is he at an 8.1 hearing? I don't have it. All I have is the Newton County file in front of me, so I don't know anything more about why he's here on that. I want to arraign him on the Newton County case, but tell me, I mean, I need something more on why he's being held in Boone County then.
We arrested him as well as a co-defendant. In fact, the same co-defendant that's involved in Newton County, I believe, was on a traffic stop where we recovered some methamphetamine.
Now, is this after he bonded out in Newton County?
After he bonded out in Newton County.
Okay, but we don't have any paperwork here or at all?
No, we only had the file turned in yesterday.
Well, has anything been filed to revoke his bond in Newton County?
No.
All right. Mr. Mock, we're going to have, first of all, you're down, I'd gone through the Newton County file, case 2016-59. You're charged in Newton County with possession of methamphetamine or cocaine with the purpose to deliver, possession of a Schedule 1 or 2 controlled substance with the purpose to delivery of methamphetamine, Class C felony, possession of a drug paraphernalia, Class D felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia, Class B felony, possession of a controlled substance, Class A misdemeanor. Those are the charges against you. They're charged also with the refusal to submit to arrest, Class A misdemeanor, and the allegations are that you had possession of various controlled substances, conducted drug activity in the proximity of certain facilities, which was an enhancement, and you're charged as an habitual offender. On those allegations, how do you now plead?
Not guilty.
Not guilty. All right. The court's going to note your plea of not guilty. Have you made any arrangement to be Have you made any arrangements to hire counsel?
No, sir. Can't afford one.
Okay. Have you made any application to the public defender's office to be represented?
No, sir.
To have one appointed? Well, I'm going to direct at this time, if you're saying you cannot afford an attorney, you're still entitled to an attorney, but it's your obligation to fill out an application and make application to the public defender's office before I can appoint counsel for you. There are forms there at the jail you're currently incarcerated in. You can secure those forms and fill them out and turn them in so that they get to the public defender's office. All right? Now, I've noted your plea of not guilty on the Newton County charges. On that case, your case is assigned to the Division III docket of Judge Putman, and the court is going to direct that on that case. You didn't appear before him down in Newton County yesterday, did you?
No, sir.
All right. On that case, I'm going to direct that you appear before Judge Putman a week from today on August 26th to get on his scheduling order. All right. Now, that will take care of the Newton County case that's before it. The court has been advised that you've been arrested on allegations that you were in possession of controlled substances and are being held in the Boone County Jail on those charges. Pursuant to Rule 8.1 of the Arkansas Rules of Criminal Procedure, you're entitled to come before a judge as promptly as possible to be advised of why you're being held. I'm now advising you that's the basis why you're being held in the Boone County Jail. That's subject to the prosecuting attorney's office prosecuting or processing those allegations and filing formal charges against you. And off the basis of those charges, a warrant will issue. And once that's served, a case file will be set up, and you'll be arraigned in Boone County on those new charges. You're not ready to be arraigned on them as yet, but I'm informing you that that's the process that you're going to be going through. the court would advise you that as yet, Mr. Carter, has any bond been set at this point on this case?
The Boone County?
Yes. If he hadn't been before a judge, no judge has set a bond?
An affidavit has been signed by a judge.
The charge that we have says this was $100,000.
Okay. Well, it appears that Mr. Mock bonded out in the Newton County case on a $75,000 bond.
Can I speak on the matter of my bond in Boone County?
Well, I was going to ask the state to make a recommendation. Is that the recommendation of the state, the $100,000 bond?
No, Judge. I don't think that's the recommendation of the state. I believe that was set by a judge when they signed the affidavit.
Okay. All right.
I don't disagree with it. On behalf of the state, we don't disagree with it.
All right. Well, well, yes, you may, Mr. Mock.
I have a 93-year-old mother that's just been released from the nursing home. My brother is 64 years old and disabled that I take care of. And there is nobody home. He isn't even as able to as much as cut the grass. I've never been a practice. I've been established in Arkansas all my life, Newton County. I'm really bond that I can afford to get out.
All right. Well, court is taking into consideration, the court's well familiar with your the fact that you live on Mockingbird Hill there in Newton County, just south of Jasper. Court's well familiar with that, but the difficulty for the court is it's a little hard to take you seriously on you may not be much of a flight risk, but part of the reason for bond is to make sure that people don't violate the law. And according to the allegations, as Mr. Carter has informed the court here today, within a very short time of being released on a bond in Newton County, you were taken into custody driving a vehicle in possession of controlled substances. Those are allegations, and I recognize that, but that causes the court problems. On that basis, the court's going to set the bond at $100,000, and that'll be conditioned upon well, it'll just set it at $100,000, and that'll be the order of the court. You may be excused at this time.
In Court on TKO8 Television is brought to you by Campbell Bonding Company. Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
You're at the party, having a great time. Your kids are on the dance floor, shaking it for all they're worth. Then you hear it.
That word that even your children know better than to use. Yeah, that word. So you think, doesn't the DJ know better? Man, my kids heard that. I'm Matt Duncan. I own and operate Artistry Entertainment DJ service. I'm also a daddy. We never play questionable lyrics when kids are present. Ever. ArtistryEntertainment.rocks. Yes, we get paid to party, and we take it seriously.
KTKO Channel 8 Harrison. Local television worth watching.